The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. Well, that was fun. It was lots of updates on every device that we own here with technology yesterday. So we've been catching up, getting everything to work and get along when it comes to streaming live. So we got it worked out and we're here. So welcome to the show. I hope everyone has had a great week. We are going to talk about the full moon that's coming in on April 16. It might be 17th, depending on where you live in the world. It's a strong moon. It's a moon in Libra. And we're going to talk about what's going on with this full moon and what it means. We're also going to work with Archangel Michael, a perfect angel for this full moon, because this full moon is going to bring to the surface what needs to give. You know, if you felt in the last few days, usually you feel this building up about anywhere from 4 to 7 days, maybe even 10 days out. When you arrive closer to the peak of a full moon, which is that day, the 16th, but you start feeling the energy building, you also feel it on the back end slowly tapering off. Some are stronger than others. If you feel different energies and frequencies like I do, especially if you work with energy, vibrations, clearing chakras, if you're empathic, if you feel the cycles of the moon, you know, some people don't. Some people think, oh, that's ridiculous. That's okay, they can think that. All I know is I know what I feel, and I know what I'm picking up. And this one's pretty strong, and dreams have been strong, so you may have been feeling that. So that's why I want to address that today and different things. And Michael is the angel for this, because why is that? This one is about the tension that builds, whatever area of life that may be for you. Where is that tension building to the point where enough's enough? Something's got to give. I'm done. I'm done. We're going to stop this ridiculousness. We're going to move on. We're going to just stop this. So that is one of the things that I notice in this moon. Stronger than maybe some other ones. All full moons, when you look at astrology, and we're coming from astrology, metaphysical perspectives here, and we're working with angels and their energy because they bring that highest frequency. They bring that comfort, they bring that option, that opportunity to see things with a different perspective. That energy is always an option that you can raise your frequency, grow, and they support that. Michael is a protective type of angel. Michael is one where you're needing to cut cords or move on and just put up your boundaries, or just stop and change directions. Also a great counselor for your life purpose. He's also wonderful for what's your life path, what's your soul's purpose, you know, the whole thing, a career counselor, you name it. Michael is incredible. Michael oversees your guardian angel. So your guardian angels are at play in this as well. And we're also going to talk about another influence that's quite strong under this moon. And it's a very interesting connection here on why would this be focusing on what's building tension in my life. Because we have to see what's getting in the way. A couple of weeks ago, we did one on the new everything new, start fresh. Yes, we're all wanting to do that. And you want to get this plan in action. And then you start to feel this possibility of tension or an obstacle. You need to know what it is in order to resolve it, to move around it, to find a way that's different, to let it go, to improve it. Some things you're not letting go, you're just changing directions with it. You may be improving on the foundation or strengthening. You will be questioning what is really of value to you, what matters and what doesn't, and what's just, I'm done. Maybe it was a very important part of your life at one point. Maybe a direction you were going, a passion you had. It doesn't matter whether it's relationships, jobs, interests. A lot of people think, okay, this is my interest, I have to stay that way forever. That's not the case. Absolutely not. You may change directions throughout your lifetime and go. It's all part of the journey. Because if you think about it, the more you experience in life, the more you learn, the more you grow. And our soul's journey is all about the soul growth. And the physical life here can be challenging, but we always are looking for that soul growth, no matter if it's a challenge or if it's an easy time, whatever it might be. So that's what I wanted to put out there. I want you to think about how is this working for my harmony? Libra is that energy. Libra is about your independence. It's about feminine energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter male or female. It is about that energy that nurtures, the energy that's creative, the energy that's connection with moon. Moon energy is very connected to the feminine energy side of us. We all have both. And this is about that. This is about where's your self-care? Where's your confidence? Where's your independence? Are you dependent on everything else? Where do you feel empowered? Where do you not feel empowered? And Libra also is a moon about harmony. It's trying to find the balance. So is there a boundary we need to set up? Is there something we need to put in place so we can move on? This addresses all of that. So it's interesting with this moon because it did feel like, where's this tension building? What needs to just go, or what needs to break? What needs to be more flexible is another option here in order to find my harmony in my life. These are the questions you would want to ask right now if you've been feeling this. Some people may not. That's okay. But if you have, or you want to work with this energy to improve on a soul growth level, you can. If you've been feeling it build up in the last week or so coming up on this moon, you definitely want to pay attention. You definitely want to pay attention. There's a good reason to pay attention here. So the affirmation that I've chosen for this topic is, I choose to let go of tension and fill my life with harmony. That's your intention. Your intention is to get rid of whatever is the problem there so you can find your harmony. So it's a very good, it just sums it up in one sentence. So that's the affirmation for this. So that's the focus of this full moon. I want to welcome everyone that is joining us today. We have a big weekend, so that full moon's coming in, and we have the Passovers today. Tomorrow's Palm Sunday. If you are celebrating Easter, that is Sunday. So we have a lot going on here over the weekend. And I just wanted to say, I want to send out a blessing to everyone on however you celebrate, don't celebrate, whatever it is you do. I want you to feel that you are fulfilled and you find your harmonious balance with what's going on with all of this energy here. So if you are joining us, we have our live tube, our live tube. We are on YouTube Live. There we go. We are on YouTube Live. That's where we stream live on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to join us, you might be listening to this later on an archive. And we have a live chat open there. So I want to welcome everyone that is with us today. First of all, we're going to go over this moon energy And then we'll see in the second half of the show, we'll look for some questions and do some readings in the second half. But I want to put this information out about this moon, because sometimes I answer a lot of the questions you may already have gotten. That happens all the time. By the time I get finished with this, a lot of the questions have been answered. So let's go there. So first of all, if this theme of this Libra moon coming up is, okay, something's got to change. Got to do something here. Can't keep going on like that. Tap into what might be happening for you in your life with that. And wherever that tension is, it could feel like it's getting pulled or more intensified. I am going to go over some of this because it might feel like, oh no. There's a reason for this, and then there's options here. So that's why we're working with Michael today. So it could feel like it's just pushing and forcing, but it's because it wants to help you find your harmony. Because that resistance in us to change what we know needs to change is what usually causes all of that. And I mean, we all have our free will. We have our choices. These are ways to look at it and say, well, maybe there is a better way. Maybe I can do it this time. Sometimes it's a little bit at a time. There is no right or wrong here. It's about a choice. So if you're feeling this energy, it might build coming up toward the full moon, which is just in a couple more days. So you should be feeling it by now if you're going to. And as it mounts up, you're going to feel like, okay, this is what needs to change. This is what needs to be released. This is where I just need to speak up for myself. Maybe I need to set a boundary. Maybe I just need to change directions. So you want to look at this. This is important for every individual because everybody has something different going on. Now, there's another, I didn't write this in the description because it was about the full moon, but under this full moon, we have another influence going on that's interesting. And I want to show you why you might feel this tension a little bit more. So this one is about Eris. Eris is a dwarf planet like Pluto. And this one, if you look in astrology, if you look all this up, Eris is known as the goddess of discord and strife. Oh, great. I know, it's active under this full moon. So you have Libra that has, and that's why we got to talk about it, because that's why you might be feeling this. But you have Libra that's about your feminine energy and standing up for yourself, being confident, being independent, setting your boundaries. And then you have this discord and strife dwarf planet coming in, kind of throwing a little bit of sprinkle energy in there to see what's going on. And you're like, well, what is that? What is that going to do? It's actually going to help us. It's going to help us see where the tension is, where the issues are. So Eris is known to be a powerful warrior that moves from feminine energy. Okay, so you got to think about that. And it comes from the heart. For example, it's a courage that comes out of nowhere. If you think of, and I can relate as a mom, but when you think of a protective mother, think about that. What they will do. They forget their own safety and they will do whatever it takes to protect their child. That's this kind of energy. So it's not a bad energy. It's a strength that sometimes we need to step up and stand up for ourselves or to do what we've got to do. This energy has courage. It will not hesitate to do what it's got to do. I mean, this is that energy that, you know how you've read stories where all of a sudden somebody is so strong they can lift a tree off somebody that it fell on, you know, that kind of thing, or move a car that landed, or somebody's stuck and they got to get them out. And where does this energy come from? It's related and connected in astrology to Eris. So this is one that can come to the plate for you. It might feel intense. You know, it might feel like, whoa, what is that? But it will get the job done with whatever needs to happen. It's also confident and strong. It's the female energy that just knows what she wants and who she is and where she wants to be. Now, That's an energy that we could all use, whether you're man or woman. This is an energy that's a feminine energy within us. So no matter who you are, this energy with Eris, the dwarf planet, under this moon, which is also about feminine energy, is going to feel really strong with that tension build. Is, no, this is not okay with me, or this is what needs to happen. And this is where I've been patient long enough and I got to do something about it. It's that kind of energy. So it sometimes can include, and here's where I want you to hear me, because we all have light and dark energy. Masculine energy has light and dark energy. Feminine energy has light and dark energy. So this is sometimes associated with dark energy too, not in a bad, scary way. It's more like the energy of possessiveness or manipulation or jealousy. But what it can have that side to it. So if you feel that's popping up for you, you need to look at why is that happening? Because everything has a shadow. We have a shadow. We have a light. We have a shadow. Everybody has it. When we look at our shadow side, and in this case we're looking at our feminine shadow energy side, and we look at, I can make a difference here and I can use that to grow and be better, you know, because this is also about transformation. If you looked at this planet as more of transformative, healthy, self-assured, confident expression, healthy in having feminine energy and knowing that you can be that side, then that side doesn't have to be, you know, suppressed no matter who you are. That's important. And it's about nurturing. It's about creative acts. It's about all kinds of things. But when we embrace and accept that that's a side of us, now we can find the balance with the light side, the energies that are not the dark, that are the light, and we can just find a way to make it all work and find our harmony. So when things like this come up in our lives, it's important to, when you can, and sometimes we're just not ready, but when you're ready to, and you go, all right, I don't really like that side, but that's the side that needs love. When we talk about that's that dark side that needs love and we don't like that side of us, it's the side that can teach you as well. It's the side that can show you. You don't know what you're capable of in the light without that side showing you the opposite. It's kind of like you can't see. It's that analogy, light. When light is present, there is no darkness kind of thing. Because if you were to look at these dark sides, then you see the light sides that you do, and that's where you want to be. It's not like we're both, it's not like we're only light all the time, because we all have this. So I wanted you to hear that, because this is probably some of the most important energy for soul growth. Because where Eris, this dwarf planet that might be the goddess of discord and strife, it can often help us stand up and embrace that side of us that, okay, no, I am feeling that, but what am I going to do about it? That's empowering. You start to work with it in a positive way, and you start to heal, and you find your way through. So it has a lot to it. And some people don't want to talk about, I don't want to even talk about that side. I don't want to think that way. It's not, when we're working with law of attraction, and I know you all feel this, you go, okay, I just want to think positive thoughts. And then you have those other ones creep in, and you're like, well, that's going to mess everything. No, address it, embrace, okay, well, that thought came in too. So what can I do? Because when you give that side, it needs to be heard. It's trying to show you where love energy is missing. It needs to show you the aspects of the opposite, so you can find your way to what you really want to do and grow in a positive way. So it has its place, even though it's like, oh, I don't like that side. It will show you what you need to know. So this energy under this Libra full moon is going to help you find what is causing that tension, what's causing that build, what's causing those feelings you would really don't want to have, and you're like, why am I feeling like that? You know, or you need to know what they are. You need to hear it, because this is part of you. We all have it. We all have it. If you've been dreaming lately, or you've been having some odd, you know, emotional outbursts, things like that, pay attention to what they are and what the emotion is behind it, because that's going to help you get a peg on, all right, this is where I'm feeling a disharmony. And that's what it's trying to show you. It's trying to show you where the disharmony is so you can find a way to find your harmony. It might be that, are you building up resentment because you don't actually do the things you really want to do because you're people pleasing? See, examples like that. Everybody goes through these different things, so you want to find what's happening for you. So when you ignite this and go there under this full moon, it's a pretty powerful lineup. It has a great message that can really get to the truth of things for everybody. It can also hit a collective right now, so you might see that play out, you know, in the group, you know, in the collective. But we have to address this. We have to look at that side of us. It's not a bad side. It's a side that shows, okay, that's not quite the energy frequency I want to resonate with, but you can learn. You can learn so much from it. So this is about, you know, when you work with feminine energy and a moon cycle especially, you can work with Archangel Michael as well. That one's very much an angel that's about moon energy cycles. But you're going to work with embracing your intuition, embracing that side of you that has these instincts that you know are that can empower you. And then with Michael, if you're afraid to let go or cut a cord, that's where Michael's going to come in here. If you're afraid to cut a cord or change directions, or you know that this is what needs to go, or this is where I need to let this go. It could be just an activity. It could be a bad habit. It could just be a way of life. You want to get healthier, and you have to cut a cord to things that you know aren't good for you. You have to cut a cord sometimes to relationships that aren't good for you. You have to cut a cord sometimes to just the own self-sabotage. Have you ever thought of it that way? I've asked Michael for that kind of thing before, and it works. He's the angel that can help you. Will be side by side with you and help you cut those cords. He doesn't do it for you. He helps you, assists you. He'll show you different things. But all you have to do is ask. Just say, Michael, help me stop this so I can move forward, or help me find a way to work with a harmony. Maybe you can't figure it out. Ask for that. Help show me. Don't be afraid to see it when it pops up, but say, hey, I need to know what needs to change to find my harmony. You can ask for that too. Absolutely. So here we got Eris stirring the pot here with this full moon in Libra, and it will bring things up that, okay, got to find a new way to make this better. So Libra's all about harmony and balance. Okay? Libra's all about harmony and balance. So if Eris is pushing things to the surface, this is not in balance. You know, see, we've got these universal energies coming in to help us figure that out. So where do you want to go with this? You want to look for what's causing the tension, what's causing the emotions that you're struggling with. That might be, you know, like more of a negative that make you feel lower, like lower energy frequencies. You know, whatever it is that's troubling you, you're looking for what's triggering that. And ask. If you're not sure, ask. Absolutely ask. Because this is the one that you want to look at. It could spotlight toxic relationships or toxic, you know, habits, toxic group, whatever is not working for you. In some cases, it might not work for you, but it's fine for everybody else. That doesn't mean it's bad just because it doesn't work for you. So this is about what doesn't work for you is what you're looking for. You really want to look at that. So look at what's manifesting, what's coming up in your dreams, where's your mind going, what emotions are coming up and causing some of this. So then you're going to ask, it's like, okay, yep, it's time to release all that. So Michael can help with that. He brings around this energy that's incredible for things like this. And if you're a light worker or an empath, Michael is probably a big part of your life anyway. It is for me, because when we work with energies like that and we're working into helping others, and then we have to make sure we don't get drained and all that kind of stuff, Michael's very good for that. And he can be strong and assertive. He can just flat out be direct, kind of like I always call him like a personal trainer that's, telling you to do 10 more push-ups or something. Because sometimes he can just be, well, matter of fact, let's do this. And he can be very direct. That's how he is with me, because sometimes you just need to go, bang, okay, stop, do this, turn around, go the other way. Oh, he's done that with me a lot. I can remember times where I'm thinking that when I was, oh gosh, it was years ago when I was younger, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, let me go this way. And he literally would just drop down in front of me and go, not that way, do not go in there. No, don't go that way. He's pushed me off door, you wouldn't believe it. It's a long story, but anyway, I've had a lot of experience with that, where he's just stopped me dead in my tracks and said, nope. Because I asked him to do that. I asked him. They're not going to do it unless you ask. They're not going to get in your way because they don't violate free will. But I asked him, hey, don't let me do that. Make sure you show me something, or like, hey, let me know if I need to, do that. I've asked specifically, and yep, he does. So whenever I question something now, I ask. I go, I don't know what I'm expecting to see, because if I'm asking, it's because I've got a blind side that I'm not sure of. And we all have that. Sometimes we just aren't seeing what's there. Ask him to clarify it, and he will, because he's about taking energies away that are toxic to us personally. He's about cutting those cords and helping you find your boundaries. Maybe you need to set boundaries. Maybe you say yes too much when you should be saying no sometimes. Things like that. Great angel to work with. Remember, your guardian angel's right there too, and Michael oversees guardian angels. Guardian angels are there for us all the time. So get to know them, absolutely. So this is the wisdom that will come from this full moon. So let me go over and see how everyone's doing in chat. Hello everyone, welcome. Let's see here. We got, hi Kelly, it's good to see you. Y'all finally a day off work to watch live. Oh, awesome, that's great. Welcome and glad you're with us. It's probably going to be somewhat of a quiet because we're right before the holiday, but that's okay. And hello Shadana, I hope you're doing well. We have Michelle, hello love. I don't know that one. Can I please ask Michael what my path is? I'm in the second half of my life, thank you. Ooh, strong question. And what your path is. I'll be honest with you. If you're in your second half, and you know what? So am I. I know, I am too. And then Michael will come in and say, it's always, and this is always the answer, I'm being honest with you. It's always, well, what is it that you really want to do that you haven't done yet? That you keep putting off? I mean, he will say that. I'm not kidding you. So when you ask me that, I'm being honest with you, because it's something that what I feel is it's something you want to do that you never have time for, or that you've always put aside, because it was always about everything else. And that's what I'm feeling very strongly. I keep seeing, I actually keep seeing very, very simply, like living more peacefully. Like I see things that you love to do. I keep seeing the kitchen, you know, stirring. Maybe you like cooking. I don't know. Maybe you just enjoy stuff like that. But I feel you're not enjoying enough, and that's what I'm picking up. That's what I keep seeing that. I keep seeing you just smiling, enjoying doing things like that. Like just things in life, like some people just love gardening or a hobby. It's like there's never enough time. And he's showing me that that's the highlight here, that's what you want to carve out some time for. You want to make that more of a priority in your daily life, and that's what I'm picking up. I keep asking just to make sure, and that's what I keep seeing. So if that's making any sense, let us know. The other thing is when you have energy that, especially with feminine energy, because here's what happens. When we do things we love, it raises our frequency. When you have a higher frequency, you're closer to the happiness, the fulfillment, the harmonizing. Because when you're in harmony, you are at a higher frequency. It's like a homeostasis of the body. It's in balance. So I always notice that feminine energy sometimes just feels like it's not respected enough, you know, and we're not talking out there in the world right now. We're talking personally. We always just feel like, oh, that's that weaker side of me. No, it's not the weaker side. It's just the side that needs more time. It needs to have equal time. Let me put it that way. There's nothing wrong with our masculine side, but there needs to be equal time and needs to be respected just as much. Our masculine side of us is the energy, like with the Aries we just had. That energy is like, go get it done, do this, do that, very proactive, you know, gets things done. But that feminine energy is where we find our creativity, where we nurture, where we take care of ourselves, where we have this connection with intuition and spirituality. I mean, there's that side that's so valuable. I mean, where in the world would you figure out what you're going to do if you didn't have that side? That's the side where you figure all that out. And if you're on a spiritual awakening, it can feel like your whole world just flipped upside down. Some people think, ooh, spiritual awakening, this is awesome. It is why we're here, to grow on soul level. But at the same time, when it first hits you, you can feel like your whole world just got turned upside down. And it can actually feel quite stressful because it's, what's going on? Why is this changing? Why do I feel different? Why is this happening? Why am I feeling more of a connection here and there? Because it's kind of a growing pain. Let me put it that way. It's part of growth. So all of that can happen. And you don't know what's going to cause it, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, you could be going through the craziest thing you've ever gone through in your whole life, and that could be the initial beginning of your spiritual awakening. It changes you. You're not the same after that. That's a good indication. So if you were looking for straight answers on, well, what is this and what is that, it's all going to be right here. Because that intuition, that connection, and especially when we keep asking, and if you feel this unsatisfied, and this is a good example of this energy being very helpful, if you feel so just not content with your life, there's something that's usually being put on the back burner. That's where you got to look. You got to look on that back burner that you just go, I don't have time for that. That's just, you know. Well, are you respecting something? That's a big deal. You have to respect the things that you want to do as important and valuable. Some people think, oh, I don't have time to go do that because I got all this other stuff. All work and no play is not balanced. And sometimes we have to just take a break. We have to lighten up. We have to do the things that are fun to raise our frequency. So when we're working with law of attraction, we want to keep the frequency as high as we want. And sometimes it takes, you know what, I just got to go I'm very responsible. I'm getting all of my tasks done. But then you find at the end of the day, every day, you still didn't have time to do something you wanted to do. And then every morning you wake up, gosh, I really want to do that. I'm thinking about it all the time. And then you get caught up in the same thing. You go over and over, and this happens every day. Because we won't change what we're doing. We're not changing the priority of something. Successful people, I've noticed, or people that seem very happy and content with life, and seem to just have it all going on, they make time for that. Have you ever noticed that? They have time. How do they have all that time? And they're so, you're not trying to compare yourself to them. I'm just making an example. So we have to make time. We have to make it a priority. We have to believe it's important. We have to believe those things we want for ourselves are important. If we don't think they're important, the law of attraction doesn't think they are either. That energy, the universe, it's like oh, okay, that's what you want. Oh, you don't think it's important. All right, never mind. I mean, that's this message we're sending, and we don't even realize it. And so then we're just disappointed all the time. Well, we have to take that. That's where your masculine side can pick you up. Respect the feminine side of you that wants this new thing, this new balance, and work together in harmony within you. That's it in a nutshell right there. That's what this energy can help us figure out. So that, I want everybody to really think about that. This is kind of passionate for me, I know. I'm coming across like that because Michael is here. Archangel Michael, whenever he works with me and comes through with messages like that, he's very like that. Relaxing meditations. Oh, okay, wait a minute. We have an answer from Hello Love. Let's see. Yes, I need to find more things that bring me joy. Thank you. You're very welcome. Start with something simple. Whatever will get you started, then it's easier to take the next step. Just do something. Promise yourself that. This energy here will help. Use it. Use it. So relaxing meditations. Good morning, everyone. Any messages for me? I have a hard time communicating with others and expressing myself. Well, did you just show up? Have you been here the whole show? I'm not sure if you heard the first part when we were talking about Eris. If not, go back and listen. But Eris, we were talking earlier, was the dwarf planet that's very strong under the moon, to this Libra moon. And that energy would really be very helpful for you because it's like, nope, gonna stand up, be confident and strong. This would be the energy that I would recommend for you to work with because you said you have a hard time communicating with others. Are they misunderstanding you? Are you just not speaking up and saying what you want to say and you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes it's just misunderstood and so you don't want to say anything at all. You're expressing yourself. Here's the thing. It's a confidence of expression. So this is 5th chakra. And this is 3rd chakra. Those are both masculine chakras because they go every other one. Like the 1st chakra is masculine, 2nd chakra is feminine. So what's the one in between 3rd and 5th? The 4th. That's that one. That's your heart, your emotions. That would be a feminine. But that's that crossover to more of the higher realms and spirituality side of you because that's where all that's processed, the heart, the passions of the heart. So 3, 4, and 5 working in harmony for you is real specific. Oh, you're saying it bluntly. Okay. Okay. So you're looking for your delivery. You're looking to improve your delivery. I got you. Okay. Yeah, it comes across a bit. I got you. This is working with feminine energy. If it's coming, that sounds very Aries-like. Aries energy can just go wham and step all over everything on its path, you know, and the delivery. There's always that humorous side as there's an Aries delivery. But anyway, whether it's that or not, you're looking, if you ask Michael comes across very strong, but Michael can say, you know what, I don't want to to speak what I want to say, but if I'm too direct, but you don't have to coddle either. It's okay to be direct, and at the same time, it just might be slowing it down. It could be, sometimes we're speaking, I'm picking this up with Michael because I'm asking him about your question. And I'm picking up that sometimes it's saying things that are better, I don't know, sometimes it's better left unsaid because it wasn't really for us to say. I feel that a little bit. And then sometimes there's just a speaking before thinking. And so that's where I call that 10-second rule can really help. But you're looking to strengthen your feminine, which is nurturing. You want to nurture the delivery of your communications, literally. And that's what you're going to ask for specific. It's like, I want to nurture the delivery and soften the delivery of my communication with others. You're still going to say the same thing. You're still going to express yourself. But it sounds like you want to, it's not like, we're not talking people pleasing or coddling it. You still want to say your truth. It's just a way of how you deliver it. So it's a delivery. It's the delivery. And you want to feel confident and comfortable in your delivery. So sometimes it's speaking before we think about it. And I'm giving you a couple of different things because that's what's coming through while I'm conversing. I'm kind of conversing with Michael, and he's going, it sounds like it's thinking, it's not thinking before speaking, or sometimes it's too fast, and then sometimes it's better left unsaid because it wasn't really something for us to comment on or something like that. It's probably a mixture, and it's more masculine delivery, so you're looking to just soften it a little bit. It's kind of like what, honestly, if you're a speaker and you're trying to get your message across and you want people to hear it. You want people to hear it, not be turned off by it. So that's what I'm picking up from him, and he's real direct like that. So I know, talk about blunt. He's just direct. I hope that made some sense for you. Kelly, what kind of energy will the planet parade bring that is happening toward the end of April? The moon joins the parade on the 26th. I'm not familiar with planet parade. I'd have to look at that because I wasn't focusing on that today. So I try to keep my focus on where I am. So I would have to look at that before commenting on that. Planet parade. I've never heard it phrased that way. So I will look into that. But I can't really answer that one, to be honest. I wish I could. And I actually want to look at that because April 26th is my birthday. So I have to go look and see what that's all about. There's a lot of different things that happen all the way through the month, but I don't want to say something I'm not sure of. So I'm being real honest there. I want to be honest and say, like, I'm not familiar. It's not right. I like to research that before giving an answer to that. So thank you for understanding that. And you're welcome, Relaxing Meditations. You know, if you were to look at, everything evolves, everything shifts, everything moves in different directions. Everything comes in one direction. Then we have the light, then we have the dark, then we have the shadow, and we have all these things going on. You don't have to be overwhelmed by them. We want to just stop and slow down enough to hear it and listen. And remember that side of us that, like relaxing meditations, like you're wanting to work with that energy that's so blunt, like you said. If we were just to listen to, well, why does it feel like it has to come out that way? You'll get an answer. And then you can, because just sometimes seeing things from a different perspective settles all the energy down in place, and then it works better. It will be something to practice because you probably are going to be changing some habits with that a little bit. But just know that it's absolutely possible because your intention is there and you care about it. And so because you care and your intention is to make that better, it will. But do you believe it will? And then so you're going to be putting the effort in. Now, when I was bringing up Haniel earlier, I wanted to remind you guys, Haniel is a wonderful angel to work with moon energy. That one is very feminine energy. Haniel brings in the intuition side, because if we allow our intuition to guide us, if we trust our intuition is going to be directly tapped into who we truly are, the higher self, our soul, what we got going on here. We'll also be able to connect easier and understand how the angels are guiding us, how your spirit guides are guiding us, how everything in the universe is here to actually help you along your soul journey. Sometimes we just need to slow down enough to hear it. Sometimes we just need to slow down enough to notice it. If you're rushing around in life, you'll miss a lot. You know, it's kind of like we're not taking time to smell the roses kind of thing. You know, take time to smell the roses. That's taking time to appreciate the little things in life, because the little things in life are what support all the big things in life. And those little things in life are very, very valuable. If you were to look at life that way, it's like, oh, you know, it's not just the big things. It's not just the end result. It's the whole journey, and appreciating just those small things each day can really settle your heart and also open it up for you to see clearly where you want to go. So that practice of finding 5, 10, 15 things a day to feel grateful for, no matter how big or small, is actually very, very powerful. So when you're having a tough day, to stop and think, well, what do I have that I can appreciate? And it could be as simple as, oh, I have a sharpened pencil. Keep going, you know. Oh, I have food. Oh, okay, yeah, I have this. I have, you know, just appreciating. Oh, I had a clear path to work today. You know, things like that. It really makes life and the perspective that we have completely change. It's one of the most powerful practices you can do, and it's simple. You know, a lot of people go, I can't meditate. Well, if you start with this, you'll find that you can start to close your eyes and start appreciating more and more and more, because gratitude lifts your frequency. Gratitude's directly linked with law of attraction. When we're working with this energy, with our feminine energy, and that shadow side of us that we need to acknowledge and embrace as part of us and what it can show us, appreciating the lessons it is showing us. We may not like that side, but that's the side that needs to be heard so we can heal. And that's the biggest message here in this moon today that I really want to make sure everybody heard, because my passions and my heart and why I do this show is because I believe in humanity. I believe that these sides of us, these aspects of us, go overlooked. I believe that everyone has opportunity to heal. I believe, and that is like your issues, your heart, your everything, your emotions. You can heal from things. Energy healing is very, very powerful, but it all comes from the energy of love. And it comes from that, and when we send that to sides of us that feel shame or dark, it lights it up, and now it's not dark. And sometimes it just takes that little bit, and it can make the world of difference. So whatever you have going on, or whatever you feel self-criticizing of, honor it and embrace it. Yes, okay. I speak bluntly, for example. Thank you for your analogy today. It's helpful. I speak bluntly, but I can do better. And I need to see that it's showing me that. And now I'm going to work to improve that. We're constantly on a journey of improving our lives every single day. From the moment we're born, believe it or not, yeah, till the day we take our last breath. our first breath to our last breath, it's a journey. It's a process. And you will evolve, you will change, and that is the life purpose. The life purpose is the whole journey, not just the one thing you're doing right now or what you want to do tomorrow. It's a continuing process. So don't ignore the journey. Look at all the small stuff too. Sometimes the small things are the bigger things. You know, the diamonds in the rough, so to speak. And they just don't get appreciated. Well, think of that as your feminine. If you thought of your feminine energy as, it's just that side of me that wants to be emotional, you need to be more respectful of that. Why is it making you feel that way? Why does that hurt your feelings? Why does that cause you to feel anger or resentment or jealousy or feel like you've got to control it with manipulation? Why do you feel like that? That's what this moon, this energy, and Eris, thank you, little dwarf planet, is going to help us with in the next few days. So take time to make note of what's going on for you and bring it around. Let it show you what you need to see. Absolutely, let it show you what you need to see. And I hope that you all have a beautiful and blessed weekend. And I will see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www